Hi everybody, I'm Diana Belchase and I'm here with Susan Froetschel to discuss her fourth book, Fear of Beauty. So tell me a little bit about the book.
It's set in Afghanistan. It's my fourth mystery. It's about a woman who is desperate to learn how to read after the death of her oldest son. His body is found at the base of a cliff on the day he's supposed to attend school.
So he's just starting school?
He's just starting school as a young teenager. He's leaving home for that. And a piece of paper is found near his body. And she thinks, if I can read this, perhaps I can discover why he died.
Wow. Is illiteracy in Afghanistan really that bad? I thought that women at one time were pretty educated over there.
They were. The literacy rate for the whole country is 30% right now. It's 12% for women. This is a picture taken when I was in high school. And it's a record store in Kabul. And you can see women are buying records. They're wearing clothes that were not very different from what we were wearing in this country. And they're conversing with a man, no problem. So it's just a reminder about how much things can change in a country.
So describe how things are currently in Afghanistan.
The Taliban continue to systematically attack schools, police stations, security things. They're going for specific targets because they want to control the country. Of course, NATO, since NATO went in 2001, led by the United States, they have built hundreds of schools, hundreds of health clinics, provided all kinds of technical advice in various areas, including agriculture, veterinary science, various engineering projects.
But so what's the fate of women right now in Afghanistan?
The fate, they're worried. They're very worried. There are women who are, there are all kinds of projects, female engagement teams with the military who have gone in, try and talk to the women, try and encourage them to get education for their children, to pursue education for themselves. There's a lot of jobs programs going on. There are women who are coming to this country to get trained, business training and that sort of thing, going back to Afghanistan and trying to hire people, women and men throughout the country, because I think jobs is a big part of the problem. The Taliban, they know that education is the biggest weapon against them, and that's why they're attacking schools and people who are trying to provide stability to the country. They cannot hang on to power when there's stability.
Well, tell us a little bit about Fear of Beauty. What happens in this book? You told me that the son is murdered and the mother cannot read, and she thinks that if she can read, she can solve this crime.
That's right. The other villagers all immediately think that it's an American outpost, American troops that are nearby at an outpost. They immediately want to blame the Americans. And she's just not so sure about that. They have a deep hatred for the Americans. They're invaders, and they don't understand this, and they can't read. They don't have newspapers. They don't have news reports, and so they're very fearful about these people nearby. The Americans also attract a group of extremists to this region who want to drive out the Americans. The woman, when the Americans come to visit their village, she's very interested in what they have to say with agriculture advice and everything. She also realizes that perhaps these people she can find a person there who can help her learn to read. She starts on her own by just studying the Quran on her own. Her husband can read, so she's trying to pay attention as he reads at night to the sons. And she pays attention and tries to figure out words a few at a time. But eventually she knows she needs a teacher to really have a full understanding.
Well, it sounds like a fascinating book and a very timely topic. And it's something that's near and dear to my heart because I see the plight of women who once were as educated and as sophisticated as we, doctors, lawyers, able to drive and wear Western garb, and now to be thrust backwards into darkness is a very scary thing, and we need to know that if we don't keep vigilant, it could happen here too.
It's a shame when people have to hide their skills and their talents.
It absolutely is. But anyway, the fourth in a lovely series of books by Susan Froetschel. Fear of Beauty came out in January, and I'm really looking forward to reading it.
Thank you so much, Diana.